It's The Mom Show with Kristin Cruz. Thanks for joining me. We're always here live Thursday, 12 to 1. And of course, the podcast is on hometownstation.com. You can grab it and listen to it anytime you want. I'm so excited to jump into the show. Real quick, I need to let you know, if you are a mompreneur, if you're sitting at your desk, if you have a job that you're ho-hum about, or maybe it's just not filling your spirit, you're meant for something bigger, something different. If you're a mom and you've just had a baby and you're thinking, I don't want to go back to the job I had, or maybe your baby's just school age and you're like, finally, freedom. Your kid's going off to school and getting out of the house. And you have some hours to yourself now. Well, this is the time to listen up to The Mom Show, because I have a story of a mompreneur who is an Emmy Award-winning TV reporter who in 1 year turned her career around to now totally killing it in something completely new that she had never done before. And we're going to tell you exactly how she did it. I mean, step by step, what it cost, what kind of time it took, what kind of headspace she needed for it, how she juggled being a mom and being a career boss at the same time. And that's happening right now on The Mom Show. Then we have Kathy Cupcut, the Bel Air Mommy, coming up, BelAirMommy.com. She's reviewing 2 movies for us. One of them is Paddington Bear 2. And if you keep listening and you're on our Facebook live stream, which is really the best way to enjoy The Mom Show, KHTS Radio on Facebook. You can go to my Kristin Cruz page too. I've gone ahead and made sure that it's playing there too for you. But we've got a family 4-pack of tickets to see Paddington Bear 2, and that's thanks to Fandango. So Kathy Cupcut will come in towards the end of the show and be giving those away. You have to leave a comment down on Facebook Live to be entered to win randomly. But how fun is that? You could go away today with a family 4-pack of tickets to go see a movie on us. Thank you so much, Kathy. We love that. And then also, how about a little Chris Hemsworth? Could I interest you in a little bit of that, maybe? We've got Chris talking about shooting his newest movie and how he got attached to the movie as well. So Kathy's jumping in with Chris, and we've got the audio and video, of course, for you, too, on The Mom Show. A little gift from one mom to another. Lastly, in the Babble Buzz, the Babble editor sent me some fantastic information for busy moms. Listen, we can't always gather around the table for a meal. I get it. We've got things going on. But new studies are showing that it isn't necessarily that families aren't eating together as much as we used to. It's that we're maybe just doing it a little bit differently. And that is okay. Talking about shame-proof parenting, right? It's okay to do it a different way. And I'm going to let you know about all the benefits that you are actually getting from your efforts, moms, that we are putting forth to getting our kids to sit down at the table with us. It is worth it. And I've got some quick recipes for you, also thanks to Babbel from Disney, that will help us just make mom life, eating together, that dream come true of our families sitting together and sharing and eating together. It'll make it a lot easier. So these steps will help you out a lot, thanks to Babble Buzz, and to my delivery service from Milk and Eggs that actually gave me the ingredients to make these recipes for you. Let's jump into it. Michelle Rivera on the phone, Emmy Award-winning reporter, mompreneur, kick-butt real estate agent. You're so awesome, Michelle. Thank you so much for coming on the show and educating us. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, Kristin. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm excited to be here today.
Oh, my gosh. I am so happy to be talking to you. I cannot tell you how proud I am of Michelle. She is not only so accomplished in the media industry, but then decided to just do something that I felt was... I mean, Michelle you are so amazing. Not only has she pivoted her career, we talked about pivoting last week on the Mom Show, but she did it in front of everybody. When you opened up your Instagram page, and it's Inspire You Homes. What is the Instagram again? It's Inspire
You Homes.
Yes.
With just the letter U.
The letter U, because it's for you. It's for you. It's Inspire You Homes on Instagram. She literally opened up her Instagram page. She already had thousands of followers on Twitter, thousands of followers on Instagram. She was doing just fine being a mom blogger and being a TV personality, right? You didn't need to be. Yeah. And she opened it up to everyone and just kind of poured her heart out and said, I'm going to start a whole new career. And she hadn't done it yet. So there was room for failure, right? You could have fallen right on your face.
Yes. And actually, the reason why I purposely put it out on social media is because I felt that it then held me accountable to my goals. Because I didn't want to make a fool out of myself on social media and let people down. So I thought, you know what? so that I will accomplish this, I'm going to just put out my story of what I want to do, and people can kind of follow my journey along to this new career change. And I think that it helped me. I actually think it helped me stay focused on what I was trying to do. So
I want everyone who's not on Facebook Live to make sure that they go there, because we're going to put links in our Facebook Live comments. And thank you so much for watching on Instagram Live right now. We're going to switch. I want you to go over to Facebook Live so that you can get these links for everything, so you can see Michelle's Instagram page, so you can see what she's done as a Emmy-winning award-winning broadcaster, and so that you can see all of the links that we're going to be talking about now. So I just want to shift everybody over there. Okay, let's jump into this. So Michelle opens it up. She decided to become a realtor. She has not gone, at the time, she had not gone to real estate school. She had not taken her courses yet. It was literally like watching reality show where you're like, it's like it was watching Dancing with the Stars, like, please don't fall, don't do, and you're rooting, and you're hoping that and she just opened it right up. I mean, anything could have happened at the beginning of this.
It's funny because a lot of people were like, but wait, are you still going to have your blog? Are you still going to do TV? Or, people were so confused by this change. But my whole career has been an evolution, like, since my 20s. I literally started off my career in the entertainment industry, and I started off as a singer-songwriter and performing artist.
Right.
That's what I did. And then I eventually changed career directions and went to television. I was co-hosting and producing TV shows and freelancing on the red carpet. And in 2008, that's when I won my Emmy for a lifestyle show that I was doing in Denver. And I was also pregnant when I won that Emmy. I was 5 months pregnant.
That's so cool. I love that.
I was about to now start a whole new chapter of my life as a mom. Mm-hmm. So when my daughter was 8 months old, I decided to become a stay-at-home mom, and I left the television industry.
How hard was that to do, by the way? And I know that you left it in a formal manner, like we've worked for big companies, but I know you still did a lot of on-camera work, freelance on-camera work.
Yeah, well, what happened was when she was 8 months old, I just decided, I just want to be home with the baby. But what happened was by the time she was 15 months old, I started realizing, okay, I love being a stay-at-home mom, but it just, for me personally, it wasn't enough just for me to do that only, although it's very fulfilling. And moms who do it, I mean, I think it's a great thing. I did it. But for me, because of where I came from, I just missed it. I missed doing entertainment, and I just wanted to kind of bring that back in. So I started doing television again, but on a freelance basis so that I could still stay at home with my daughter.
Yeah.
So what happened was, to get my feet wet, I enrolled into TV hosting classes again because, I had kind of been out of it for about 2 years at that point. And when I was in those TV hosting classes, I learned about the importance of authentic branding, social media, blogging, and that's how I ended up starting my blog in 2010, mommyhoodtohollywood.com. So then, next thing I knew, I was a blogger.
Well, can I tell you something? I firmly, and she's a great blogger, and you should check out mommyhoodtohollywood.com. It's a really great blog. Can I tell you something that I feel when you get to a certain point in your career, she'd already won an Emmy, and she went back to school. Do you know what are we grasping this? Because I have to tell you, I had done something very similar. I had already won MTV Video Awards for being a producer, and I went back to school to become a radio DJ. So there's no shame in your game when you decide to say, you know what, even if you were at the top of what you were doing, to go back and educate yourself, right? And I actually, and I learned a lot because, in different industries are always changing. And so those 2 years that I was out of it, being a stay-at-home mom, and I was out of the entertainment industry, going back and taking those TV hosting classes, all of a sudden, that's when social media was starting to explode, and blogging, and all of a sudden they're like, oh no, you have to have a brand. I was like, I have to have a brand? Well, I'm an entertainment lifestyle reporter. No, that's a dime a dozen. You need to have a brand. You know what I mean? So I just, all of a sudden, I was discovering new things that I had to learn and do, even though I had already won an Emmy at that point. And it was a very humbling experience, but I think it was a great thing that I went through, and I learned so much from just doing those classes. So yes, if you need to go back to school, Do
no
it.
shame in the game. Yes,
No,
exactly.
and then she did it again. So after, and it's our stories are very similar on a lot of levels. So you quickly climb to the top of what you want to do, nail that goal, and move on to the next thing. I'm a very similar person as you. Yes, it's probably why we've connected so well. And so then Michelle is killing it doing that. You've got the blog, you're raising the babies, and life is going on just fine. And then you decide to once again pivot your life.
Exactly, and my poor husband's like, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing now? Okay, he calls me Lucy, like in I Love Lucy. He's like, okay, what's the next show you want to be in? What's the next game? What are we coming up with? You know,
our
like,
poor husbands.
I know.
Good Lord,
it's really funny.
Bless their hearts.
So, exactly. So I was doing the blogging thing, and it took off, and I found myself, all of a sudden you're a brand ambassador and influencer for all these major companies. But what happened is my daughters now are 9, so I have a 3rd grader, and now my little one, she's going into kindergarten. And I just found myself, everything that I had done was always part-time, freelance. And I just felt like I was ready to do something full-time again and just really start a whole new career. And I always did love real estate. It's kind of funny. I was one of those people that would always be looking at houses, even if I wasn't buying a house. I was always online looking at houses.
Yes.
I was always obsessed with all of the, real estate shows and everything. So anyhow, I just had a friend who I told her, I want to get back into working full time again, but I'm very entrepreneurial, so it's very difficult for me to want to go into an office. 8 to 5, because I'm used to working on my own, being my own boss, that type of thing.
Yes.
And my friend, who is now my mentor, her name's Lori Nolan, she was like, you should be a realtor. And I had people tell me that throughout the years.
That's so
that I
random.
Should get into real estate. Because I know, you know what it is? People always say, Michelle, you have the personality to be a realtor. And I thought, okay.
And and it's one of those things. And did you think about it at that point? Okay, I have to ask you the questions that you go through when you're thinking in your mind about making a big career change. I mean, did you make like a list of like pros and cons, or did you sit down and do some of the workbooks that I've worked through that say like, okay, I'm good at this, I'm not good at this, I'm good at this, I'm not good at this, like, and figure out if this was right for you?
I made a mental list of the things. Like, I'm not really big on like cold calling and those type of things, and I'm not big on soliciting people at their houses. So I was thinking about, like, that was my fear talking. I'm like, I can't do this, or I'm just not one of those people.
Right.
But I'm really, but then I was thinking about the strengths. I'm a people person. I'm very good with digital marketing. I know branding. I know how to market people's properties. Like, I knew that those were my strong points. And I loved that it was entrepreneurial based, that when you're a realtor, even though you're hanging your license, I'm with Keller Williams Exclusive Properties in Simi Valley. That's my brokerage. That's who I hang my license with. You're still doing everything on your own. I'm still my own boss, so to say. So I just kind of thought about the pros and cons, but what the turning point for me was, and this is kind of funny, there was a team leader position opened up at Keller Williams Exclusive Properties in Simi. That's how this all started.
Okay.
I was my friend's like, what, you would be perfect for this position. It's all about coaching the agents and motivating them and all, all the stuff that which I had done. I've done that at conferences and roundtables and so forth. So I went in for the interview, and Robert Harris, who I love, he's the owner there. He said, Michelle, you would be perfect for this position, but you have absolutely no real estate experience.
Right.
Which is true. I have like 0. He's like, but you fit the position perfect otherwise. He's like, I really see you as a realtor. He's like, I think you really have the personality and the drive and the motivation to do it. And so when he told me that, and then he also told me, he's like, and I don't tell very many people that. He told me that in the interview. And so I started thinking more seriously about it.
Yeah.
And then one day I just kind of said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I want to do this.
Okay.
I'm just going to go for it.
So here's something on the Mom Show that I think I sound like a broken record sometimes, but it has happened so many times in my own career. You may not think that you have the qualifications for something, but you're literally putting that on somebody else. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know if they're willing to take the risk, right? You're not in their head. So don't negate it. Don't lose the job before you even give yourself a chance to try to get it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go
exactly.
for it.
Because I even told, like I said, Lori, who was my friend who brought me into Keller Williams, I told her, I said, Lori, I don't think I have the qualifications for this team leader position.
Right.
She's like, you'd be perfect. Just go for it. So I did my resume and all that. They brought me in. I got through like 2 or 3 interviews, and Robert literally told me, if you had the real estate experience, I would have given you this job weeks ago.
Oh, my gosh.
He's like, that's the only thing, he's like, that's just making me nervous about it. Otherwise, I would have gotten the position. But, so he gave the position to somebody who was already a team leader for many years, which was perfectly fine. But what I got out of it was, hey, I could do this, and I can get that real estate experience, and I think I could become a successful realtor.
Yeah.
So I just went for it, and here I am.
Wow. Okay, so here's what we need to know. You did this in less than 1 year. You literally, in 12 months, went from this to that. Okay, that's pretty incredible. All right, so what we need to know is, and I know there are people thinking about getting into real estate, you have to be living under a rock not to have heard that the real estate market is booming. Okay.
Yeah.
It just keeps going up. I don't know if it's going to be like Wall Street, where everything just keeps going up, or gold, where we thought we could only hit a certain point. It wouldn't go any further than that. It just keeps going. So the real estate market is looking really nice right now. And I recently sold my house, so I know how good it is. So I get it. Now, so Michelle, there are probably moms that are thinking about doing this as a living, or anybody that's listening to the Mom Show. When it comes to making that transition, you have one thing that's bringing in money that you're doing as a job currently, and you decide to switch to go into real estate. How time-consuming is the process of getting your real estate license? Can I juggle my job, whatever my job is, and do that at the same time? How do you do that?
You can definitely juggle.
You can. You don't have to stop. You don't have to have a nest egg and quit and then move on to real estate school, or?
I mean, my recommendation to become licensed, you need to take 3 prerequisite courses first.
Is that like at a college or something?
Yeah, you can either go to the classes, or you can even do them online, whatever you think is easier for you. Some people like to physically go into a class because they can't concentrate at home, perhaps with their kids. Where someone like me, I just prefer to work from home. Yeah, I'm so used to the noise in the background while I'm working, so I was able just to do it online at home.
Okay,
so you're gonna take the prerequisite courses, and then once you pass the final for each prerequisite course, you're now going to prep for your state exam.
Okay.
Now, what my recommendation is to, while you're doing this, is to go to some career nights at different brokerages that you're interested in, whatever one it may be, because they'll give you the steps. Like, they'll tell you, we have this educational course that you could take that'll help you prepare for the state exam. But you can even just Google it, California state license, or whatever state you're in.
Okay.
Just Google, state license, realtor's exam, prep courses, and you'll find stuff out there.
Okay.
Once you do that, then you have to file for the state exam. And once they approve you for the state exam, then you go take the state exam. Now, I do have to say, for me personally, I needed to study for about 2 good months before taking the state exam.
And that's after finishing.
Tough.
Yeah, and that's after finishing your courses, right?
Yeah.
And how long did the courses? How long did the 3 courses take for you to start to completion of those 3 courses you needed to take?
For me, I was able to complete them probably within a week each course.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know. I was very determined to get through them because I wanted to start prepping for the state exam. And like I said, this was an online course that was just basically how much time you want to put into it, and then passing, passing the exam. So it's just learning the questions and then answering the exam. So it's up to you. I've heard people that it's taken them a year to get through everything. I've heard people that it's taken them 6 months. So it just depends on your dedication and time that you want to allocate towards it. Okay. So, I would say, I'm probably exaggerating. I would say probably a couple weeks for each course. Okay. To get through each course. Okay. So I did that online thing.
So a month and a half, 2 months-ish. Let's give yourself that. 2 months to finish your courses.
The 3 courses,
Let's say. Okay.
So I did that, but then studying for the state exam was the big deal for me. That was extremely stressful. And what's funny is I went to college, so I have studied for many exams and many finals. Yeah. And I was telling everybody, gosh, this is probably the most difficult exam I've ever studied for in my life, and it was the scariest exam that I ever took. Like, I was shaking during the exam, and when I found out that I passed, I literally cried when I found out that I passed, because I thought I was bombing it, Crystal. Like, Kristen, I thought I was bombing it, like, in a like, not in a good way, not like the bomb, like in a bad way. Like, I thought, oh my gosh, Kristen, I thought, okay, I am failing this thing. This is not going well. I literally thought that while I was taking the exam. I was just so scared. And so when I passed, I was just elated, to say the least.
That's great.
Yeah, so you really do want to prep, and I do recommend for people who want to become a realtor to take a weekend crash course, which is something I did right before you're going to take your state exam.
Sorry, and is that in person where you sit down in one of those big rooms with a bunch of other people?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I was locked up in a room for 16 hours between Saturday and Sunday.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh.
8 hours each day, just prepping. And it was 4 days before my state exam, and I just prepped. And I think that's one of the best things that can help anybody who wants to get into real estate. Take one of those weekend courses.
Okay. Because you hear about those weekend courses, or you think, like, that's a sham, that's a scam. Like, they want my money. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to learn what I already know. You know, you kind of.
No, it was. I loved it. It was so helpful. And, you know, people that I spoke to that were already realtors told me those classes are just, they give you an edge. And I really did feel like it did. So I do recommend doing that.
Can I ask you how much it cost for that little weekend crash course?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember. I believe it was like maybe $200 or $300.
Yeah, that sounds about what they usually. Yeah, about $200 or $300. Well worth every penny, is what you're saying. Yeah, well worth it.
Oh yeah, it was, because they they sort of guarantee that you'll pass on the first try of the exam, but if you don't, then they let you take the class again for free.
Right.
But I did pass on the first try, and I was reading horror stories online. Like, Kristen, I was totally reading stories about people taking exam like 6 or 7 times and not passing. And I thought, oh my gosh. Everybody in social media knows I'm about to take this exam. I would hate to come back and say I failed. So
you know what,
though,
Michelle?
I felt a lot of pressure.
If you follow Inspire You Homes, or Michelle Rivera 5 is her handle on Instagram, and you follow her and you've seen her do this, it was really, truly amazing. I think that's what has garnered your fans and your followers, and what is going to bring you these customers that are coming your way, these clients, because you're so open and honest about it. You're just like so willing to be yourself, and hey, this is my real life, and people really respond to that and have really responded to your authenticity, I think. And
well, thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations on doing all of this. Less than a year. She went from one career to the next, and successfully. Now you're at Keller Williams. You're an executive. She's got actually a long title to it. It's not just a realtor. What is it? It's like an executive, estate.
No, I'm a realtor. There is a difference between being a real estate agent and California realtor. I don't know if people know that.
I didn't know that. What does that mean?
Yeah. There's a difference between being a real estate agent and a realtor. When you're a realtor, that means that you belong to the National Realtors Association, which they basically, you're put against a higher standard. Like, you're expected to follow, certain ethics and codes. You have to take a class. It's like this whole thing.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so my recommendation is that when you're hiring a realtor, and if you're in LA or Ventura County, I hope it'll be me, but if you're hiring somebody, definitely want to go with a realtor and not just somebody who's a real estate agent. Because when you're a realtor, you have higher ethical standards that you have to abide by.
Wow.
So I am a realtor, and it is at Keller Williams Exclusive Properties.
We've got all the links to find Michelle Rivera. Can you just feel her energy? She's passionate. She's positive. She's had already an incredible career in television, now moving into doing real estate like a boss. And in between all of this, raising 2 kids, holding together a family, and still mom blogging. So I don't know. And it's active. I mean, her mom blog is really current. I was checking it out just yesterday. I'm going, how is she doing it all?
And you know what's funny is actually I've had to put a small pause on mommyhoodtohollywood.com because people don't know this, but I'll just announce it on your show.
Yeah.
I am going through a whole branding change with that.
Oh.
And it is the reason why I haven't blogged like probably in the last month or so is because I am changing it to MichelleRiveraLifestyle.com.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. Yeah, so it's turning into that.
That's a good idea.
That's something else. Yeah, because I'm just, like as my children are growing and I'm growing, I'm changing. It just seemed like it was time to kind of change that brand. So I'm moving into that direction too. So I got that going on, but I'm still going to be blogging.
Great. So we're going to have her back on to talk about changing your brand, how to do that in 5 steps in less than a year with Michelle Rivera. That'll be our next segment on the Mom Show.
That'll be fun.
Oh my gosh. All right, Michelle, we're going to continue this conversation online. I'd love for you to make sure you check out the post that we put up with this podcast so you can share it with your friends at hometownstation.com. My podcasts are all on there for the Mom Show. And on my personal website, we're going to make sure that we have Michelle's whole profile. I sent her a bunch of questions that you wanted to know about how she did this, the books she read, the mentors she chose to follow, the people online that she makes sure to keep up with. All of that really great information that you can apply that's straight from Michelle will also be on KristinCruz.me and momsandmedia.com. So we are going to follow this up with lots of good stuff, and the links will be on here. Michelle, I don't know how you had this much quiet time in the house on a landline to do this, but thank you so much. Well,
my little one's still at preschool, so that's how I got away with it. Perfect timing for the show.
Timing. That's why we tried to schedule it like this on the Mom Show. All right, Michelle, thank you so very much. We love it.
Thank you, Kristin.
And the best way to get a hold of her is at Inspire You, which is the letter U, Homes, on Instagram. It's a really fun page to follow. Even if you just love homes and design and interior design, you have such a great eye, Michelle. It's a really fun page to follow on Instagram. So make sure to connect with Michelle there. And if you have a house to sell or buy, Michelle's your gal. Michelle, thank you again so very much.
Thank you, Kristin, for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Talk to you again soon. Take care.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. It's the Mom Show. Coming back, did you know that there's a sleep device that can help you fall asleep 2.5 times faster? Mine happens to have a cork in the top of it, but apparently there is a device that you could buy thanks to the folks over at Babbel. They told me about it, and I'm going to share it with you, plus Kathy Cupcut coming up with tickets to Paddington Bear 2 and her interview with Chris Hemsworth on The Mom Show, your hometown station, KHTS.
The best live theater can be found right here in the Santa Clarita Valley. The Canyon Theater Guild has been entertaining audiences for decades with top-quality musicals and plays. Located in Old Town Newhall, the CTG also offers workshops for the young actor in your family. For more information, call the box office at 799-2702 or go to canyontheater.org.
Little Eye Leaders is the newest preschool in the Santa Clarita Valley. At Little Eye Leaders, our outstanding teachers lead with intellect, perspective, and heart. That means our programs provide a warm, nurturing atmosphere to meet the unique needs of each child. We believe that play is a powerful form of learning for young children. That's why our kids have every opportunity to learn through the magic and excitement of play. Parents, schedule a tour today by calling 303-0400 or online at littleeyeleaders.org.
Do you know how much your business is worth? Do you plan on leaving it to a family member or even selling it? Do you know what will happen to it when you're gone?
At Thrivent Financial, Jeff and Melanie Meyer do more than help you manage your finances. They guide you through a plan for the future that includes an objective third-party valuation of your business. Take the first step. Call Jeff and Melanie Meyer at 661-799-0230. That's Jeff and Melanie Meyer at 661-799-0230.
Do you like to rock across Africa?
Then the wait is over.
Africa Rocks! Africa's Greatest Hits is now available at the San Diego Zoo! And who could forget 99 red baboons?
Or the African crested porcupine smash hit, I Got Quills to Pay the Bills! Hey, don't get too close!
And the hits keep on coming!
Africa Rocks has all your favorites from 6 different African habitats.
Hungry like a leopard!
Ibex is back!
Harder, better, fossa stronger!
And a new track from Kendrick Lamar!
Now, Larry.
Yes, Chuck?
A collection of this magnitude, I'd fly to Africa!
Well, don't pack your bags, friend. Africa Rocks is only available right here at the San Diego Zoo.
Wow, that really does rock.
No, it Africa Rocks.
Welcome to Africa Rocks. Experience 6 different African habitats, including our first ever aquatic enclosure with African penguins. Only at the San Diego Zoo.
KHTS.
Show. It's the Mom Show. I'm Kristin Cruz, and this is the Babble Buzz. Did you know there's a device that'll help you fall asleep 2.5 times faster? Now, I don't really have a problem always wanting to fall asleep. I'm a mom. This is super easy for me. Quite often, my sleep device has a cork in the top. I'm just saying, just being real. But this device is actually something you can order on Amazon and promises to help you with your sleep disorder if you take a long time to fall asleep. This will help you. If you have a hard time staying asleep throughout the night, nighttime anxiety, this is supposed to help too. Here's what it is, which cracks me up a little bit as a mom because it kind of reminds me of something I bought for my child when they were in cribs, my kids when they were in cribs. It's a light device that apparently works by projecting tiny pins of light onto your ceiling above you that help guide you through some deep breathing practices. Now, of course, the toys that I got for my kid were like a stuffed animal turtle shell that had star cutouts in it, and then the light would project stars on the ceilings. Remember those? Okay, that's what theirs was. This one actually guides you through some deep breathing practices, which in turn quiet all the racing thoughts that are going through our head, all the laundry lists of things we need to do. Got to do this, got to do that. And, so it quiets the mind. And in the process, it's supposed to help reduce any nighttime anxiety you have or worrying that you might also be suffering from, and you fall asleep faster. Win-win. How about that? It's thanks to Babble Buzz sharing this with me. It's on Amazon. You can buy it. It looks like a plate, like a white disc plate that sits on your bedside table, and it has a very dim, tiny, glowing light on it, so it doesn't look like it would disturb your sleep at all. It's called the Doodow. I hope I'm saying that right. It's a doodow. It's a doodad. It's DODOW is how you say it. DODOW. Check it out. We've got the link on our Facebook live stream right now for you. You can get it on Amazon. Hey, if you're having any trouble falling asleep or sleeping through the night, boom, moms. Here is something and plus there's shopping involved, which is always fun because you're going to buy more than just that when you go on Amazon.com. Come on. All right, we've got Kathy Copcott on the phone with us. It's the Bel Air Mommy from BelAirMommy.com. Hi, how are you, honey?
Woo, I'm good, honey. How are you guys? What's going on?
I am great. There's so much going on. Last week we missed you very, very much, but you had a family event that you needed to take care of. So I did. So that was good. All's well with the family and everything's good?
All is well. Thank you for asking. You got to take care of things. Yes.
Got to take care of business, man. Got to take care of business.
Right.
Make it happen.
Right.
All right. So we were so happy to have the Bel Air Mommy back this week. And because she wasn't here last week, we are doing double Bel Air Mommy. We've got a twofer happening. We're talking about 2 movies. We have Paddington Bear 2, which looks so cute. And then we also have 12 Strong, the new Chris Hemsworth movie. Now, because we're giving away tickets to Paddington Bear 2, thanks to Fandango and the Bel Air Mommy, we have a family 4-pack of tickets. Leave a comment in the Facebook live stream of this show if you want these tickets. We'll pick them at random within the next 24 hours. So you were at the real premiere in Westwood, right? With the red carpet.
For Paddington, yes, and it was amazing. It's so much fun. It's Warner Brothers does such a great job with their premieres. I mean, just hands down, beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so take us there. If you've never been to a real red carpet live premiere with all the stars and everything and how it goes, they'll quite often do them in Westwood because they need the space for all the paparazzi, and you've seen the maybe on TV or on E! Entertainment or something. But Kathy, take us there. You were there on the streets with all the crowds in Westwood. What was it like last weekend?
It's so much fun. You know what they do? It's the Regent Theater there in Westwood, and what they do is they'll close down the street, and they turned it into a carnival because of the fact in Paddington 2, the movie is based on a carnival. So everything takes place in the carnival. So they had the games there and the face painting. I mean, they mimicked the movie, and it was adorable, and kids were running around.
Cute.
Sorry, you guys, I'm at Starbucks, and I can't believe how loud it is here.
You're at Starbucks?
I am at Starbucks, yes.
I'm drinking my Starbucks right now.
My little guy, I'm like, let me sit down here and work and go pick him up. But anyways, and so they had it in a carnival. So they had the parents there and the kids, and they were all running around, and you would play the carnival games to win teddy bears. And it was just so cute. It was just so cute.
Fun. Okay, and while you're doing that, and you're running around doing this, are the stars there with their kids too?
They are, and that's what's beautiful about it. And, that's when I don't bother them. When they have their kids, that's their family time. As much as I would love to be like, let me get a picture with you, you know what? They're there with their kids, and they just want to enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
And I wholeheartedly let them. I'm like, enjoy.
Oh, my
but
gosh.
It's adorable. And it's adorable to see their faces, their kids' faces. They're just as happy to be there. They're, like, overwhelmed by it. They're not overwhelmed, but they're just in awe with everything that's going on.
And what celebrities, okay, now I need the scoop. So celebrities were there with their kids. Who was there? Who'd you see?
Hugh Grant obviously was there.
I love Hugh Grant so much. I can't stand it.
Amazing. He is just so
Okay, wait.
sweet.
And does he have kids?
Sweet.
He doesn't have kids, does he?
He does not have kids.
No.
He does not have kids. He was there with friends. You know who was there, and I loved him? Oh, my God. Why does
the other Hugh?
Blank?
You always have...
The other Hugh was there. And then, from Marvel Runaways, the show... Every, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, one of the moms, she was there with her kids, and her kids were so sweet.
Okay.
The entire cast was there. A majority of the cast was there.
Oh, my gosh. That is so fun. I have to say that I've been at different events like that, and it is kind of wonderful to see celebrities, which quite often we put in a certain light or on a pedestal or something, that they just can't be real people, and they sure as heck are real. They have their yoga pants on and their Skechers, and they're getting down with their kids on the ground. I mean, it's a real deal.
Can I tell you, I can't say who it was because I don't know if they want me to say who it was, but one of the talents, their child was having a meltdown, and I thought for a split second, look, it even happens to them. I had an aha moment. I had a real mom moment. I thought, it's just not me. It happens to them.
Absolutely.
Also.
And you know what? These parents, these celebrity parents in Hollywood, take their kids out to these things. And sure, they may have a bodyguard or a nanny. I get it, holding some of their bags for them. But they're parents, people, and this is all part of their job. They've taken on like all the stresses to be entertainers, to be able to have what they have, and it comes with a price. So they're real people, and I absolutely love that. I was trying to see who the cast is in this film. In Paddington Bear 2.
I love them. It's the same cast from the original Paddington Bear.
Okay.
And the kids are now grown, which is adorable. I love the fact that they kept the kids. I mean, it was just, it was really cool. It was cool. And just, I wrote a review on it, and they did a great job with it.
Okay.
They showed how the kids are now teenagers and what kind of transition, how teenagers, the son is now, his nickname with all his friends is J-Dog. And when I heard that on the big screen, I had Pepsi come out of my nose because I was laughing so hard because I thought, this will be Preston one day. He's going to go off to high school, and he's going to come home with a nickname like that. And I'm going to look at him and say, are you crazy? That is not your name.
Oh, my gosh. Paddington Bear 2. It's in theaters now, right? We can go out and see it.
No, it's coming out on the 12th.
12th!
It'll 12th, yeah.
12th.
So 12th. Right around the corner.
Right around the corner. So get your tickets now, actually. You can do that online through Fandango, and we have a family 4-pack of tickets we're giving away. So
I know.
Thank you. This is so great. Being a Fandango family blogger is just really awesome. You can go to bellairmommy.com to read her full review of the movie, and then make sure you try to pick up these tickets from us on this Facebook live stream. Family 4-pack. Tell your friends. Now, we're transitioning for something that is total eye candy for the kids because it's a cute little Paddington Bear, to total eye candy for the moms because it's Chris Hemsworth in a movie, but it's 12 Strong, which is quite a serious film and a historical film. You want to fill us in a little bit about this movie?
Listen, 12
Yeah.
Strong is 100% an adult movie.
Yeah.
It's mom, dad, or dad with his friends. You guys go. And 12 Strong, I highly recommend it because it is something that happened and is part of our history. After 9/11, these 12 men, Green Berets, were sent in to go and do what they didn't even know if it could be accomplished. And they went in totally, how do you say when they just kind of go in and no one knows anything? They went in, they did their job, and they came out. And the movie is amazing, and they did a wonderful job. I do recommend this movie for homeschool, but I don't recommend the movie for it. I recommend the book. If you're homeschooling, pick up the book because our children need to know what these men did for our country.
I love that.
It's an absolutely beautiful movie, and I had sent over clips with. I had interviewed Chris Hemsworth, and he's so authentic. You know, his core. You could tell at his core he's a good man, and he was just so real, and I appreciate that. And even though, you know, he's beautiful to look at, it was wonderful to hear him speak about the movie and the sacrifices these 12 men did for our country, and you know, they weren't really given any recognition.
Well, let's go there now, actually. Kathy Kopcott, the Bel Air mommy, talking with Chris Hemsworth, first finding out this film is so heavy, it's so big, it's so important. How, she asks, did he get attached to the film? Check it out.
How were you approached for this movie?
Jerry gave it to me, Jerry Brockline, just after 4-1, so it was like 5 years ago. And I read it and went, oh, that's amazing. But I had another thing I was doing, and there was no way the scheduling was going to work. Then he sent me another copy of it, and the script got better and better. And then I had a slot. I was shooting Thor 3, and I had 4 months break, and then I was going to go into Avengers 3 and Avengers 4, and I thought, God, I'm going to have just 4 movies come out for the next bunch of years. I've got to insert something else. And I wanted to do something real and something grounded. And the script sort of popped up again. I said, oh, that's right. And I feel like I hadn't paid attention to the fact that it was a true story. I was sort of going, oh, yeah, cool. You know. And then I went, true story. And just started reading the book and started talking to Jerry and Nikolai, and just became fascinated by it. And also the idea that they didn't come home to any big sort of fanfare and thing. They just had to go back to their lives, and no one said anything. No one knows to talk about it. And it's like, you know, there's one statue, you know, in New York dedicated to these guys, and until sort of recently, no one really knew what that was about or why, and so I felt it was just a story that people needed to hear about too, and needed to know, and yeah.
Oh, Kathy Kopcott on the Mom Show. That was Chris Hemsworth talking about how he got attached to 12 Strong. He sounds really like he was moved by this movie. Emotionally, he was really...
They were all invested, because the gentleman who plays the Afghan, he is, in real life, he is Middle Eastern, and when they went to New Mexico to film the movie, Naveed, he actually had gone and spoken to the tribes. These 12 men went in on horseback and fought the terrorists. The reason why you see a statue of a horse at night where 9/11 occurred, no one really spoke about it until recently when they put up the statue. These 12 men went in and fought for our country on horseback. They were going up against guns and machine guns and tanks on horseback. And they did what no one could do. I mean, they were amazing. And Chris and the whole, the cast, they were mesmerized in how these men went in without any glory. No glory was given to them. They went in, they did their job because they knew failing wasn't an option.
Right.
And they knew that failing was an option, and they're like, okay, we're just going to do it. Failure was not in their vocabulary, and that's what Chris said in one of the interviews, one of the questions I asked him. He goes, their failure wasn't in their vocabulary. They did it because they knew it had to get done, and then they just came home. There wasn't a parade for them. You know, they just came home and they went back to their regular lives.
Exactly.
Nobody knew what they had done for our country.
It's the Unsung Heroes, and it comes out on January 18th. It's called 12 Strong. It's this Special Forces team that went to Afghanistan after 9/11, and basically nobody really knows about this. So it's a true part of our history. This cast, Chris Hemsworth, of course, we've talked about, but also Michael Pena, who's one of my favorite actors.
Michael Pena. Jeff Stoltz is in there. Jeff, as a matter of fact, do you remember him from Unforgettable?
Yes.
He was Unforgettable, and I walked in, and he's like, I remember you. I'm like, oh, my God.
That's so awesome. Kathy's in the mix. And
I am.
Oh, my gosh, Rob Riggle, who we love, who's usually a very funny guy, plays Colonel Max Bauer. So I'm interested to see how he is as a serious guy.
All of them. I cannot
I love Rob
picture
Riggle.
this cast with anyone else other than them who played. They were all phenomenal.
Okay, guys, so please check it out. It's Chris Hemsworth's new film. I think it's so important. Like Bel Air Mommy was saying, good for homeschoolers, maybe who are a little bit older, who want read the book.
Read the book.
For mom
Homeschooling, definitely do the
read
book,
the book
because the movie is too much in your face, and I think it would scare the Jesus out of kids. So I think that definitely for the book, because kids need to know our history and who are our true unsung heroes, and it's them.
Thank you so much, Bel Air Mommy. Kathy
Thank
Cupcut
you.
on the Mom Show. Love
I love you guys.
Make sure
Talk to
to
you later.
try to win those tickets from us. And
good luck, everyone. Good luck in winning.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
We'll be right back with the Babble Buzz. I have 3 easy make overnight ahead of time morning recipes for busy moms. You don't have to do a thing before school starts, thanks to Disney Babble. That's coming up on the hometown station, KHTS.
Drugs or alcohol abuse can tear a family apart. In Santa Clarita, just like everywhere else, it's an epidemic. The Way Out Recovery is here to help. Call them now at 296-4444 or visit them on the web at thewayoutrocoveryscv.com. The Way Out offers outpatient treatment for adolescents, adults, and family members. The Way Out is compassionate, caring, professional, and confidential. You and your family don't have to suffer any longer. Call the Way Out Recovery now, 296-4444, or visit thewayoutrocoveryscv.com and make an appointment. Asking for help is the first step.
When you're looking for a midnight snack, sometimes fast food just doesn't cut it. Formerly Donut Inn, California Bakery and Cafe is now open 24/7, so you'll be able to find fresh donuts, danishes, bagels, all-natural fruit juices, gourmet sandwiches, and much more at any hour. With elaborate cakes for any occasion, including weddings, baptisms, anniversaries, corporate events, or any special event. California Bakery and Cafe in Santa Clarita is open 24 hours to satisfy any craving, anytime. Call us, 255-1254.
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
Your hometown station.
It's the Mom Show with Kristin Cruz. Thanks for being here with me. Every week, a fresh new show. We are live 12 to 1 on Facebook live streaming. We got a beautiful video there, and it's all interactive. So if you're leaving comments while we're on air, we always let you know that we can see you. Thank you so much for chiming in. And links from the show as we talk about them are in there for you on KHTS Radio Facebook page. Now, that includes the device, the magical, mystical device that Amazon has for sale that will help us fall asleep 2.5 times faster and sleep through the night better. Moms, if you have a deal with your husband where he can get up with the kids one night and you can actually sleep, I recommend doing that and getting this machine and getting yourself some rest. I fell asleep so early the other night. I felt kind of bad about it, but then I didn't. And I could hear, like, kind of in the background, my husband taking care of the kids and putting them to sleep. And I was just like, yes, this rocks. And slept through the night and got to sleep in a little bit in the morning. It changes my life when I get good sleep. So you've got to check that out. Mom's sleep is huge. And I know none of us get enough of it. You know what else we don't get enough of? Family time at the dinner table, and that has gone out the window. That used to be the thing back in the day. You'd watch it on black and white television where Mom would have a freshly cooked meal on the table and Dad would come home from work with his briefcase and everybody would sit down and all Beaver Cleaver style. That doesn't happen anymore. There's a wonderful article that's on Babbel.com, thanks to the editors at Babble Buzz who shared it with me, about family dinners, how they may be harder to pull off these days, but they still have huge social benefits. I know it's hard to do. It's never easy to get meals prepared that are healthy, that we approve of, that kids will actually eat, and that we can sit down all together. But honestly, they are saying that trying to do this with your children actually helps them in school, helps them in society, helps them talk to you more about what's going on in their lives. We are talking about like exams. They're scoring higher on exams if they do this. Find out more about the benefits that may motivate you to continue on your path of trying on Babbel.com. And we've put the link in the show, the live stream show, right there on the KHTS page for you to find that out, because I find that reading about it really helps keep me motivated and on track. And the whole article is there about your frustration, and we get it, and how to help you with it by making more time. So maybe it's not Leave It to Beaver style family dinner. Maybe it's you order one potato, or one of those kinds of which my friend Catherine McCord created, where they send you a box of food that's pretty much made, and then you finish making it, and then you serve that. Maybe that's the way you do it. Great. Find your way. There's no wrong way. The benefits are the same benefits whether you made it from scratch or you fudged it halfway. As long as you're all sitting together, that's the goal. Now, what about mornings? Those breakfasts are hard too, and that's why they sent me these 3 wonderful recipes. Overnight breakfasts are the way to go. I swear by it. And quinoa is one of the best sources of protein. Try getting your kids to eat it, though, without doctoring it up. Forget it. So what they've done for me, Babbel has 3 quinoa recipes that you will make the night before school, okay? Set it in the fridge. Forget it. Set it and forget it, okay? And in the morning, you will have a tasty, super healthy breakfast that your kids will be happy with. So what this does is takes one ingredient, which is the quinoa, teaches you how to make it overnight. We've got the link for you. So you have these recipes now in your pocket. But you just add 3 different mixes of flavoring so that you can keep it fresh each day. So we've got blueberry muffin quinoa, cinnamon apple quinoa, and nut butter chocolate banana quinoa. That is the one that is my favorite. So all 3 of these flavors throughout the week, you can switch up for the kids based on one base recipe of overnight quinoa to make breakfast happen in a flash. Everybody's healthy, happy, and you might actually have a moment to sit down at breakfast and talk to your kids to get them set straight for the day and remind them of what maybe some of their focuses are, their goals are for the day. And that's always an awesome thing to do in the morning. If we have time to do that, that just sets them on the right path. Thanks again today on The Mom Show to Michelle Rivera. At Inspire You Homes is her Instagram handle. Please check her out. She's got quite an eye for interior design and homes, but she is a new Keller Williams real estate agent. Used to be an Emmy award-winning TV reporter, pivoted her life, learned how she did it in less than a year on The Mom Show. Go back and listen to the beginning of this show. And then Kathy Cupcut with 4 tickets, a family 4-pack to see Paddington Bear 2 from Fandango. Leave a comment below on the Facebook page, and you will be entered to win, picked at random within the next 24 hours. She also had a great interview. More clips with Chris Hemsworth will be up on hometownstation.com on the podcast, so you can hear and see what he had to say about his new movie, 12 Strong. Thanks for joining me. I'm Kristin Cruz. It's The Mom Show every Thursday, 12 to 1, live on KHTS. Thank you so much for visiting me at KristinCruz.me. More blog posts coming your way. Have a great week.